My name is Clara Whitmore, and the last time my family told me I wasn't invited, it was to my own brother's wedding, 2 months after I gifted him a $1.2 million penthouse. Yes, you heard that right. If you're watching this, pause for a second and comment your city below. I read every single one. And if you enjoy emotional family drama stories with shocking twists, subscribe now, because what happened next still feels unbelievable even to me. My younger brother Ethan had always been the favorite. Growing up, my parents never said it out loud, but everyone could see it. Ethan was the charming one, the funny one, the one who could do no wrong. I was the responsible one, the one who worked late, the one who paid her own way through college, the one who helped my parents whenever they needed it. And for a long time, I told myself that was fine, because family is family, right? 2 years ago, my career finally took off. I had spent over a decade building my consulting firm from nothing. Long nights, missed holidays, risks most people wouldn't take. And suddenly, everything changed. A large tech company acquired our platform. The deal closed for just under $18 million. After taxes and partner payouts, I still walked away with more money than I had ever imagined. I didn't buy a yacht. I didn't move to some private island. I helped my family. I paid off my parents' mortgage. I funded my niece's college savings. And when Ethan called me one evening sounding stressed, I helped him too. At the time, he was engaged to a woman named Rachel. They had been dating for 3 years, and Ethan wanted to start married life on the right foot. But housing prices had skyrocketed. He told me they were struggling to find something decent. "We've been looking for months," he said during one of our calls. "Everything decent is out of reach." I didn't think twice. I asked him what neighborhood they loved most. A week later, I called him back. I found something. It was a beautiful penthouse downtown, 3 bedrooms, floor-to-ceiling windows, a view of the river. The price was $1.2 million. I bought it, cash. When I handed Ethan the keys, he actually cried. My parents hugged me like I had just saved the family. Rachel kept saying, "You didn't have to do this," but I could tell she was thrilled. And honestly, seeing my brother that happy felt worth it. For a while, everything felt perfect. Family dinners became more frequent. Ethan would call me just to talk. Rachel even started texting me sometimes about decorating ideas. Then the wedding planning began. At first, I was excited. Ethan had always joked that if he ever got married, I'd be the one walking him down the aisle, because you're the one who raised me half the time. So when invitations started going out, I waited for mine with a smile. Days passed, then weeks. Everyone else started talking about the wedding. My cousin mentioned the venue, my aunt talked about the rehearsal dinner, even my neighbor somehow knew the date. But I still hadn't received an invitation. At first, I thought maybe it got lost in the mail. Then one afternoon, my phone rang. It was my mother. Her voice sounded strange. "Clara," she said slowly, "we need to talk." I felt a knot in my stomach immediately. "What's wrong?" There was a pause. "Well, Rachel thinks it might be better if you don't attend the wedding." I blinked. "I'm sorry, what?" "She thinks your presence might make things uncomfortable." "Uncomfortable for who?" "For everyone." I actually laughed, a small, confused laugh. "I bought them a penthouse." Mom sighed like she was already exhausted by the conversation. "Yes, and we're all very grateful." Grateful, that word again. "But Rachel feels that you sometimes overshadow Ethan." Overshadow. Apparently success had become my new crime. "So the solution," I said slowly, "is to not invite me?" "It's just for the best," Mom replied. Those same 4 words, for the best. I hung up the phone and stared at the wall for a long time. Not angry, not yet, just confused. The next day, I called Ethan. "Did you know about this?" I asked. He sounded uncomfortable. "Well, Rachel's under a lot of stress." "Answer the question." "Yes." My chest tightened. "And you're okay with it?" "It's just 1 day, Clara." 1 day. I ended the call without saying goodbye. For the next week, I heard nothing from anyone. Then, something interesting happened. I received a phone call. Unknown number. "Hello? Is this Clara Whitmore?" Yes. My name is Jonathan Hale. I'm the property manager for Riverside Towers, my brother's penthouse building. Yes. Well, I'm calling about the ownership paperwork for Unit 37A. My heart skipped. What about it? Well, we received a transfer request. A transfer? To move the property title from your name to Mr. Ethan Whitmore. I went silent because there was one thing my family apparently forgot. When I gifted Ethan the penthouse, I never transferred ownership. Technically, it was still my property. I simply allowed him to live there, rent-free. Jonathan continued speaking. They submitted documents claiming you approved the transfer. Did I sign anything? Well, there is a signature here. My stomach turned cold. Email it to me. 2 minutes later, the document arrived. There it was, my name, my address, and a signature that looked almost like mine, but not quite. The curve in the C was wrong. Someone had copied it, badly. I leaned back in my chair and finally felt something new. Not confusion, not hurt, clarity. My brother didn't just uninvite me from his wedding, he tried to steal the penthouse. I called Jonathan back. Do not process anything, I said calmly. Understood. Then I asked him one more question. When is the wedding? Saturday evening. I smiled slightly. Good. Saturday arrived. The ceremony was scheduled for sunset at a luxury hotel ballroom, 200 guests, live orchestra, everything Rachel had dreamed of. Around 4 p.m., Jonathan called me again. They're requesting building access codes for moving furniture after the honeymoon. I nodded slowly. Deactivate their access. Immediately? Yes. At 6:10 p.m., my phone rang. It was Ethan. He sounded furious. Did you shut off our building access? Yes. You can't do that. I can. I own the penthouse. Silence. You gave it to me. I gave you permission to live there. You're ruining my wedding. No, I said calmly. You did that when you forged my signature. His voice dropped. You wouldn't actually kick us out. I looked at the city skyline outside my window. You already kicked me out of the wedding. The call ended. Later that night, I heard from several relatives. Apparently, the reception was chaotic. Rachel had learned the penthouse wasn't legally theirs. Arguments broke out. Her parents were furious. Ethan spent half the evening on the phone with lawyers. The next morning, I received a message from him. 5 words. You didn't have to go nuclear. I replied with 6. You didn't have to commit fraud. 2 months later, Ethan and Rachel moved into a small rental apartment. The penthouse is still mine. I occasionally visit it. The view is still beautiful, and every time I look out over the city, I remember something important. Sometimes the people who smile at you during dinner are the same ones forging your signature behind your back. So if I were in your place, tell me honestly, would you have let them keep the penthouse just to keep the peace, or would you have done exactly what I did?